Hello, good evening. My name is I want to share with you resilience. Never give up on yourself. Some people can give up on you. Sometimes you may even give up on your dream and your aspirations. But never give up on yourself. Never. If you set any goal for yourself and it seems to take time, your dream, you set some milestones for yourself, you start anything and you seem not to see results. You seem to believe that you're delaying. The delays and the results that you may not be seeing immediately should not be the reason why you should give up on yourself at all. And so resilience is that strength that you find when you have discovered yourself, when you have discovered your strength, when you have discovered your passion, when you know what you're about in this life. The moment you get that discovery, you seem to have this fortitude or that strength from within that pushes you to go to the next step and to go and to keep going. Everyone can give up on you, but you should never give up on yourself unless you are expired from this earth. But so long as you have breath, never ever give up on yourself and of the dreams that you have, of the aspirations that you have. Never. The world is programmed such that you can easily give up on your dream. When you start something and you're meeting a lot of difficulties, you can easily say that so then you just put it off. But there is something that I've discovered, and which I call resilience. With our little experiences that we have had, with the journeys that we have embarked, I've seen that there is this strength that keeps on reoccurring. There is this strength that regenerates itself from within. That the other day you were so you thought that you could not go on the next day, and then you see that tomorrow or the next day comes and there's this fresh strength that you have, that you want to go at that vision again, that you want to go and do that business again, that you want to go and pursue that dream again. That force that keeps you going, that force that renews itself from within, is what I call resilience. And that is a reason why you should never give up on yourself, because the source of that force really is beyond you. You know, it's the omnipotence within you. Get committed to achieving your goals no matter what, your visions. You may have to go for the required training if you need be. You have to be success conscious. You should be obsessed that whatever it is, you are succeeding every stage. Your success is dependent on the strategies that you have. And so when you don't have one, then you have got to have one. If you don't have a strategy, that's why you tend to harbor this feeling that the results are not coming. It does not matter who does not like you or who is against you. If you commit to being resilient from within, nobody can stop you from getting those visions or those dreams that you have realized. It doesn't matter who even leaves you. So long as you are alive on this earth, so long as you are not dead, this force, which are called resilience, which comes from within, it actually regenerates itself from within. That force, if you become conscious of it, you will never ever give up on yourself. You will never ever give up on anything that you set for yourself. Growth is hardly instant. Growth is not a miracle. Growth is systemic. Growth actually is intentional. And growth has a process. And so when you start anything with yourself and you meet opposition, you meet errors, you meet difficulties, that is the time to call for that strength from within. That strength that we call resilience. That is the time to call for that. That is the time to develop that. Because that strength is there. It's potential energy which rests within you. If you are conscious of it, you will develop it. If you are not conscious of it, you will let it go. And that's why you see that some people are always doing something. It's not that there are not moments that they felt like, why am I doing this? But that strength keeps evolving. And that strength is what I call resilience. It's actually the God within you. That is what connects with the omnipotent. It keeps on regenerating itself. It keeps on pushing you forward. It keeps on calling you to be attentive to that which you have set for yourself. And it is that one that heals you from the pain, from the struggles, from the difficulties. That strength is what we call resilience. And if you focus to develop that strength from within, you will never give up on yourself. So resilience is that strength that you find when you have discovered yourself, your vision. Resilience is actually responsibility, the ability to commit to responsibility, being responsible for results, for growth, for success, for training. I mean, you are responsible to getting better. That resilience from within is the one that is pushing you to do that. And that resilience is actually in every human. Just as when every day you physically you get up in the morning and you see that you are fresh, you are refreshed, so to say, you have some strength. It's in the night you feel exhausted, but tomorrow morning you see that after sleeping you are renewed. You have some freshness of outlook of life. You have some freshness in your mind. You have some freshness in your body. Just as you have that, it's the same, that potency that keeps on renewing itself every morning, every day. And so you have got to commit to that. Resilience is character driven. It's discipline. Resilience will continue to pattern your life and your decisions when you get to develop them. If you develop that strength, that potential energy within you, if you are conscious and you develop that, you will never ever come to the point where you want to give up on yourself. So people give up on themselves, on their dreams, on their goals, on the projects they set for themselves because they did not develop that resilience, that energy, that force, that strength, that omnipotency that is within you, that you have to develop. If you commit to developing it, or if you commit to develop it, you see that your mind, it never comes to a point that you say that even though you're down, you see that you are still hopeful that tomorrow you have another energy to fight back. So that is called resilience. That is what separates achievers from non-achievers. Is that force that makes us to continue to fight back no matter how low we get. And it is that force that makes us to develop the passion, the attention that any duty is required. We only realize our goals, but this we call resilience. Resilience is knowledge fed. It's knowledge fed. It's discovered by discovering of self. So when you discover yourself, it's not only the color that you have discovered, your nose, your lip, or even your hand or your height. When you discover yourself, you also discover this force we call resilience. That is what makes people always getting back into the game, fighting, developing themselves, going for the better tools, developing network, developing the expertise that they don't know. That is called resilience, and it's a force in every one of us. It's a force, in every one of us. If you discover that, if you discover that resilience, you will never ever be hopeless. You will never ever be in doubt of your future, even in times that you feel like you can't go on anymore, because that force will kick you and to renew you. That is the force that makes people to achieve anything. So look within you. Every one of us has that force, resilience. It is strength that you find, that when you have discovered your strength, your passion, yourself, your dreams, your vision, the moment you discover that, you get connected to that energy. That is where it is rekindled. That is where it is set on fire. It doesn't go off. It doesn't die. It is that strength that holds your vision, your dreams, your passion. Is that strength. That's why your dreams will never ever leave you, because of that force we call resilience. Is a potential energy that is resident in you. You have got to use it, and you use it by being responsible to achieving your goals. So every one of us, everyone around you, sometimes people can give up on you because they think that there's not much going on in your life. People can do that. Family can do that. Friends can do that. The country can give up on you. But it will only not work when you have given up on yourself. When you give up on yourself entirely, say that I don't think my life is worth anything, so I will never do anything with my life again. If you come to that stage of your life, then nothing will work. But until you give up on yourself, then it doesn't matter who gives up on you. It doesn't matter. So how you're going to realize your dream will call for this force that I call resilience. It's a force that comes from within. And so get committed to that goal, because that force is there. Just be conscious of it. All of us is in us. Whether you're aware of it or you're not aware of it, is in us. And it will call for training. It will call for conscious development. It will call for energy to develop that force that is within you. That force that makes you resolute. You are resolute. You virtually are. You become possessed. Nothing gets your attention. Nothing takes your attention from your goals. That is that force we call resilience. And your success is dependent on it. Your achievements are dependent on them. And you are not going to be successful if you are not success conscious. Everything that you endeavor to do, look for the strategies. How do you succeed with that? And success comes in all kind of forms. You can be successful in every stage of your life. Everything that you do, the moment you see results, you will see results. That is an evidence of success. And so it doesn't matter who is for you or who is against you. If you are conscious of that force from within that you can rekindle, nothing can separate you from you achieving your goals. So people who are resilient are not people who are coward, people who feel victim or victimized, people who are living their life complaining, or people who are living their life looking for somebody or looking up to somebody to always help them. Those are not the kind of people that have discovered their resilience. No, those are not the kind of people who have discovered the energy that they have within. Those people who have discovered this, they strongly believe that they are fully in charge of their lives. And if anything is going to change, they are the ones who have got to be responsible to change things. And so if you even want somebody to be a partner in achieving anything, or you even want somebody to work with you or become your employee, look for somebody who has discovered that strength from within. People who have that strength, which we call resilience. It's that force. It's a force that kicks within you. That's why anything that you see people, anytime that you see somebody who is always coming up with something and staying at them for them to succeed, look out for that, talk to them, see their psyche. They have discovered that strength. Because people who are far from achieving anything, or people who believe that some people are lucky in this life, have no consciousness of what of this force we call resilience, because they think that is luck, because they think that at a point in time some people just got an opportunity somewhere and they exploded. No, even if they had an opportunity, they were resilient up to that point that the explosion happened. So if you can discover that, and nobody can help you to discover that force from within you, it's your duty as a human being to discover that strength. And that strength is fed by knowledge. It's driven by you discovering your strength, your energy, your passion, your sense of destiny. The moment you get that, it connects to that energy. The moment you know why you are here on this earth, the moment you know what you are meant to be, you connect that energy. And that's why you're able to fight every opposition to get to that goal, to live that life that you have set for yourself. And so people who have achieved a lot of things in this life, they are conscious of this. That's why they never give up. That's why they are patient. That's why they are consistent. You see consistency, perseverance among these people, because that all this consistency, focus, perseverance, strength, all these are coming from that force that they have within, which is resilience, dependability, sense of agency, sense of responsibility. They come from, or it comes from somebody who has discovered that strength that they have from within. And all of us have that. And that's why every 24 hours you see that you have energy to pursue your dreams. The same, that thing that you may not be aware, that strength that is coming from within, is responsible and is being rejuvenated or re-energized every moment, every day, if you're conscious of it. And it's something that pushes you all the time. So the people who have discovered this force, they understand the processes that any goal is got to go through. They understand the processes that they themselves have got to go through to deliver, to get results. They understand that. That's why they keep on pushing themselves under training, under constant development, because the resilience is that fire that keeps on pushing them, and that's why they get results. So it's not just luck, and it's not just you being lazy and waiting for something to happen to you. No. The fact that you're not giving up, just not giving up itself, does not mean you're going to get results. Not just giving up itself does not mean that you're going to get results. You're not giving up, it means that you're not going below, but you can still stay at the level without going up. Resilience is not just preventing you from going down, but it's also that force that pushes you from going up. So out of resilience, you see strength, you see growth, you see enlargement, you see expansion, you see you becoming better in every area of your life. You become better with your skill development, you become better with your knowledge, you become better with the way you look at life, you become better with even the discovery of yourself. You become better with your finances, with your business, with your relationships, because you have discovered this force we call resilience. And it does not just get developed. It has to be identified. It has to be worked on. And so people who you see who are achievers have identified this. They may not call it resilience. They may not call it that force within, but they know that there's something like that pushes them. There's something like that makes them do the right thing. There's something from within that they keep on developing that makes them be character-centered. And so you cannot work on your resilience. We cannot without being conscious of it. You have got to be conscious of it. And some religious institutions or some religion, or they have all kind of names that they call this force that we call resilience. All kind of people. The Buddhists may have a name for it. The Hindus, the Christians may have a particular name for it. But it's a force from within. It's a force from within, and it's rekindled when you have discovered yourself, when you have discovered your passion, your vision, when you have set goals for yourself. The moment you set goal for yourself, that thing is fired. And so you see that it may even drop a little, You may sometimes feel exhausted, but it gets you renewed all the time. And that's the force. You may call it the power of God. You may call it whatever you want to call it, but it's in all of us. That's why there's no need to be afraid of you committing to something, thinking that you may not have the strength to see the results. You commit, and you see that this force we call resilience will get kindled, will get fired up, will get you to keep pushing. That's why the sportsmen, even though they are tired, you see them going to work every day, going to train every day. That's why you can see the business person traveling all the time, even though you can see that they're exhausted. Why? Because of the dream that they have set for themselves. Once they set the dream, that force, that potential force within them starts to work. It starts to get them. It starts to give them energy. It starts to give them power to keep fighting. And so, if you are not aware of it, then you will not use it. But those who have discovered it, who are using it, are the ones that you see them. That's why when you meet them, you ask them, so you are not tired? When are you going for holiday? Why are you not resting? Why are you not taking your time? It's that force that we call resilience. It keeps pushing them all the time. It keeps pushing us all the time. And so discover it. If at any moment that you have discovered that force, you see that that's where your growth starts. That's where your difference becomes clear. That's where you start to see successes. That's where you become relevant. That's where people get to notice you. That's where you start to achieve anything. When you have discovered this force we call resilience. And it's rare. It's in men, it's in women, it's in even children, it's in old men. That's why you can see an old man who is 70 years and is still on fire. Because of how much development that they have given to that force within, which we call resilience. It's a force. It does not just prevent you from failing, but it also pushes you into growth, into success, into achievement. So you can see anybody who is ambitious, and you see the energy that they burn. Sometimes they are old. You can see that the body is weak, but you can see how they still push themselves. Why? Because when some time passed, they took time to develop that force, which we call resilience within. And that is what prevents people from giving up on themselves. So they cannot, because you have developed this force, you can't even give up on yourself. Why? If you want to give up on yourself, then don't develop that force. The moment you develop that force, that potency within you, and it's developed by the right knowledge, by the right vision, by self-discovery, by developing your skills, your talent, your character, is actually character driven. If you see people with that force, are not people who are looking to cut corners. They are not people who are trying to cheat everybody. They are not people who are trying to dupe people. No, they are not people who just give up on themselves. They are not people who are in haste to beat everybody. They are not people who are not comfortable with themselves. That force is when you meet those people who have discovered that force and developing that force within, you see that you can see that they are people that you can feel it. You can feel when they start to talk, when you ask them questions, when you see how they work, when you see how they see life, when you see how they are passionate, how they are ambitious, how they are coming up with ideas all the time, how they handle their finances, how they handle their issues, how they treat people. You can see that they have discovered that force we call resilience. And that is what some people even call it being relentless, being possessed. It's that force. It gets you so much. It even sometimes it even shields you from all the dangers that will come out from the things that you're going to do. You may not know. It's like that energy that when a young lady falls in love with another man, or when a young man falls in love with a young woman, everybody around them will say that this is not a good man, but their mind is more like it's on cocaine, if you want to say it. It's more addictive. That's what I want to say. They will not even see anything. Everybody will question them. They will not see anything. They will only get to see it when that force, when that addiction goes down, then they will say that the girl has changed or the boy has changed. No, they have not changed. It's because you are addicted, you are obsessed, you're possessed with something. And so nothing that anybody told you would you ever see. And that is the force that makes people to start something. That's the resilience. It clears you from all the difficulties, from all the possible problems. The moment you have developed that force, you see that those are the people who get to start something all the time. Those are the people who are doing something all the time. That's why when you go to work and you have that force, all your colleagues are telling you, is this business for you? Why? Is the government for you? Because you are trying to you put in the hours, you work well, you are dependable, you get results. You don't even see when they are cheating you. You are just committed to yourself because you have taken time to develop that force, which we call resilience. And that is what gets people to become successful in whatever they do. In whatever they do. That's why when you see people who are so much, in quote, intelligent, they barely put in few hours. They don't want to be cheated. They don't want to commit to anything. They are not passionate about anything. They are not the work that where they work. They are not reading anything about it. They are not committed to training. They're just lazy. When you see such people, you never see results. You never see growth. You never see development. Why? Because they have not taken time to develop this force we call resilience. And so when that force is so much developed, you see that you become just like foolish, so to say, because you become the vision conscious, you become committed, you become responsible, you become character driven, you become passionate, you become your sense of agency is raised, you become productive, you want to solve problems, you are solution connected, that's how you look at life. You want to get things done, you want to deliver. That is the force that you have developed. If you see anybody with that tendency, if you see anybody with that lifestyle, they have taken time to develop themselves. And that force I call resilience. And it will always make those people never to give up on themselves. Never. No matter what is thrown at them, they never give up. Why? Because that force is so high than the negative forces that are being thrown at them. And so if you're going to get your life to the next stage, if you're going to lift yourself to the next stage, then identify this force that we call resilience. Is that which gets results. So if you have not been conscious of that potency, that energy within you, and you have not developed them, then you are the one who is that much intelligent. They say come to work 7 o'clock, 7:30 you are there. They say close 4 o'clock, 3:30 you are packing your things. You are always intelligent. But that is why you are also not getting results, because you are not addicted to results. You are not addicted to developing that force. You are not addicted to getting productivity on a high scale. So when people behave that way, they are only cheating themselves. So my name is Obendako. I am talking about resilience, and I am saying that never give up on yourself. Never give up on yourself. That resilience will make sure that you will never give up on yourself. And that force, resilience is a force, it's a strength. Or it's that strength that you find when you have discovered your life, when you have discovered your purpose in life, when you have discovered your dreams, your passion, when you have discovered why you were created on this earth, whenever you discover any vision, and whenever you set any goal for yourself, that moment you have and everyone can give up on you, and it doesn't matter. You don't want people to give up on you, but it doesn't matter. Some people can start with you and then say that I'm not interested again. Those should not worry you at all. It doesn't matter who gives up. So long as you are developing this force, you will create different network, you will create different relationship in the future, which may even be far better than those who left. And so if you're not developing this force, it's a capacity builder. It's that force that pushes you. And if you're conscious of it and you continue to develop it, you will see that you get results. And anybody who is resilient, you see that they are always in constant search of things that will train them to make them better. They never are conscious of why it will not work. They are success driven, they are success minded. They want to get results. They want to put in the energy. They want to put in the time. And your success, and it's not just about you just being resilient. You see that because they are committed to training, they are committed to development, they are committed to getting better, they are always discovering new ways of getting results. They are always discovering new ways of strategies that get results. And so when you see resilience is actually composite. So you see them applying that method yesterday, but because they are committed to training and developing and evolving that quickly, you see that they are always discovering something that works. And that's why you see people who are like that always going forward with their lives and always getting better, always. And it really does not matter, just as I said, who was not for them, because they are always becoming better. So when you lose somebody who is resilient, you are the one losing. Because if you want to get results and get results quick, you are looking for people who have this force developed. People who are resilient. They are not the ones who will buckle and give up just because there are problems. No, they are people who stand and fight because that force is always being renewed in them. They fight back until they get results. And so and they understand their psyche is different. These are people who understand that if you are going to grow anything, if you're going to get results in anything, they understand that it's not going to be instant. They understand that. They understand that it's not just going to take magic for you to get the prosperity that you want, the finances that you want, the business that you want to build, the relationship that you want it to be successful, the city that you want to build, anything that you want to build. People who are resilient have this outlook of life that you have got to go through some processes to get results. You have got to have some level of skill development to get results. That's why they don't give up on themselves. Because they are constantly developing themselves, getting knowledge, getting better, and they know growth is systemic. It's systemic, it's intentional. It doesn't just happen. You don't just get up tomorrow and yesterday, you are not pregnant and tomorrow you have a baby. No, it takes 9 months at least. From those who have given birth, they tell us that it takes 9 months for a baby to be mature and to be born. And so you see the pregnant woman, from the day she takes the seed, is that resilient. Why? Because she's looking up to that goal, which is the baby. And so no matter the sicknesses, no matter the problems, you see that she goes through the processes before she gets the baby. That's how it is. And they are getting better. The mothers who get pregnant, they read books about their pregnancy, they go to the hospital, they stop some food that they have to eat. All those. Why? Because they are looking up to a vision, a goal, which is the baby. And they don't give up on themselves. They can't say that today I'm tired, I can't carry this baby, because somebody should come and take it. They have got to do the 9 months to get the results. That is that force that I'm talking of. That force gets you results. Because you understand. The woman is 9 months pregnant. I'm talking of somebody who is committed to developing themselves. She's going to study all the processes involved before they get the results. And they are committed. They don't just give up on that. And so if you are going to get results, don't just hope for magic. Be committed to you going through the processes, becoming better. The only reason that you are not becoming better is not because there's something holding it. It's just because your skill level, your exposure level, your development level, your resilience level is weak. That's why the results is not coming. And so you keep updating yourself, and that's what these people who have discovered that force within have. And that's why they are patient. They are patient not because they are relaxing, waiting. Their patience is in the training, is in the development. And so they commit to that. And anything about life, whether it's money that you have to multiply, whether it's business that you have to build, whether it's marriage, whether it's children that you have to, train, because you have this force within you. You understand this as part of life. You are always in constant development, and you are hopeful and patient. And so resilience tasks of responsibilities. When you are resilient, it's character driven. You don't compromise on your values. resilience continues to pattern our choices and our decisions. When it is developed, when you see that your choices are defined, your decisions are because that resilience is coming from a discovery of vision, a discovery of self, a discovery of talent. So it's contained. Your choices are monitored because you have developed this force from within. It is that force that makes us to continue to fight back no matter the difficulties. That's why the people who have developed this never give up on themselves. Never give up on themselves. It influences our passion. You can see that they are energetic. And so we realize our goals when we have discovered this force we call resilience. And it is fed constantly by knowledge, by getting better, by getting results. And you feel rejuvenated all the time. And that's why some people are always burning. They are always on fire. You can see that no matter what hits them, they still get back. And they are very happy. They are joyous. They still are able to look into the future because of that force that they have developed. And so you cannot be despondent. You cannot just give up and be disturbed because of what was thrown at you by life. There is that force that you can call for. And all successful people, or people who have been committed to achieving anything, develop this. That's why they never give up. And so if you are, it's not just never give up, but you develop this force, and this force will take care of you not giving up. All right, so it is a foundation. If it's built well and it continues to be built and be reinforced, you see that nothing that much difficult will get your attention, because you become focused, you become passionate, you become vision driven, you become character driven, you want to get results, you become productive. So when you are not seeing these things, it means that you have not developed that force at all. So my name is Kwabena. I'm talking about resilience. I'm talking about that force that is within all of us. We only have to be conscious that it is there, and then we have to consciously develop it. And resilience is the force. It is only discovered when you have discovered what your life is about, what you're passionate about, what your talent, what your vision. When you set that for yourself, that's why business people, entrepreneurs never give up. You see, that's why they are always on the go. Why? Because they have said, I've set this business, I want to fight it and build it. So even if that business fails, you see that he does not give up on himself. You still start another one. And that's why they succeed. So that business will fail. Okay, then he gets to another one, because he understands that he has not failed. It's the business that failed. It's the goal that failed. So I can start another goal. Because the essence is to just get the results, get the solutions. And so it didn't work, so I start another one until I get results. And because that process of doing is also that process that is even developing that resilience as well. So your attention is not on what people are saying, what people are talking about you. No, they don't care. They really don't care, because they want to always get better. And that is that describes people who have discovered that force, that omnipresence within. So it doesn't matter who is talking about what. They don't hear. They may hear that you are saying something about them, but they don't think about it. Tomorrow they have forgotten it. If you left them today, the next 2 days they don't remember. If you cheated them, you lied to them, the next 3 days they don't remember. Why? Because they are committed to developing that force within them. So the attention is not always on what was lost, or what somebody took, or what somebody lied to them, or what they didn't get. The attention is always on developing that strength to get more and to grow. And so if you are always pondering over what was not there and what you lost and why you can't get on, it means that you have not developed that strength. You may not even be conscious of it at all. You may not even know that strength is there at all. And that's why you are always weeping about what was not, what did not work, and what you lost. Because the problem really is not what you lost. The problem really is that you don't know how to get more of what you lost. That's why you're worried about what you lost. It's not how much money you lost. The problem is that you don't know how to get a lot of that which you lost. And that's why you are desperate. That's why you are sad. You are disturbed. But if you have developed this strength from within, you will know what to do, not to give up, and to get better, to get more than what was lost. So it's not really the losses. It's more of what is coming in and how much is coming in. And so my name is Kwabena. I'm talking about resilience, and I'm saying that it's that force that very few people have discovered. It's that force which is within you. It's almost like God within you. It doesn't give up. That force never gives up, and it gets started. It gets set on fire by you discovering your strength, your vision, your goals, your purpose in this life. The moment you set goal for yourself, you have put fire on that strength. And that strength is developed by consciously, by knowledge. By being conscious that this force is present. And anybody who is ambitious, who says anything for themselves, you see that they are always on fire. And it doesn't matter what is lost, they get to another one. So if you can spend 2 years weeping about what was lost, it means that you did not develop that strength. You did not develop that strength. That's why you keep on weeping and giving up so quickly. And so develop that strength. It's called resilience. And it's rekindled by your vision that you set for yourself. It requires, it needs training and knowledge, and you have got to be success-minded for you to be resilient. Success-minded. Your vision is to get better, is to grow. You don't just want to be diminishing all your life. That is depressing. So you want to see some growth, some successes, some pluses of your life. So and you have got to have strategy all the time. And because resilient people are committed to training and upgrade all the time, you see that their methodology is always improving. So you see them do this today, the next day they are improving something, because they have discovered that strength. And that's what all achievers have discovered. That's why they commit to training that everybody is not committed to. That's why when they agree with you that this contract is yours, they are not the one going back to change it, because they know the value of character. They know the value of words that they have said to you. They know they are not the ones to run away no matter what. And so they understand the processes that are needed for anything to be achieved. So when they are in haste, when they are impatient, it means that they have not really developed this. And so just 2 minutes they want to get results, and if they don't get results, they are disturbed and they are hypertensive. It means that they don't understand this force we call resilience. And so resilient people understand that growth is hardly instant. They understand that growth is not a miracle per se. It's not magic. It's not even luck. It is systemic. It's structural. It's intentional. It's process. So people who are like that are always committed to developing that force within, that craft, that skill, that ability. And resilience is responsibility, taking up challenges, getting results. And resilience will continue. When it is developed, is that which is going to help you to make the right choices. And it is that force that will never leave you. It makes you fight back all the time because you have developed it. And it is that which helps us to realize our goals. Every goal that you ever achieved, if you sit back and you check well, you were resilient. You were committed to it. You were developing it. You were reading about it. You were asking people questions. You were always looking for how you can do it better. That's why it worked. It's a proof that you were resilient. That's why you were looking for answers all the time. You are looking for what do I get to get better all the time. And that's why you saw the results. And so you cannot separate the resilience from the goal. You cannot separate the resilience from the vision. They are connected. And they are driven by the vision. They fuel the vision. And so thank you very much for watching. Thank you. My name is Kwabena. I've tried to talk about resilience. And we are saying that is the force that makes you not to give up at all. You don't give up. So don't worry about not giving up. Worry about developing that force, the potency within you. If you develop that, your mind, you can never even make that choice when you have developed that inner strength. You can never make that choice to give up on your life. That business may never work. That idea may never work. You just have to retool it, re-strategize. Whatever that you set for yourself may never work. But you will never give up and say that I am done with life. You will see that if you have developed that, you will always be thinking of another thing. You may take some holiday, but you still come back and say, no, I want to try this again. Why? Because you took time to develop yourself. And if you take time to develop yourself and develop that force, then nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. So you may not even see all the problems that will be even becoming. And that's the force of nature. I think that is a setting from nature. That if you saw all the problems that you were going to go through to achieve that goal that you set for yourself, you probably will never attempt to try that goal at all. If you knew what you were going to go through to set that goal, having set that goal to achieve them, if you understood them at the point that you were setting them, you will never try again. You will not even put yourself in that situation. If you really knew what you were going to go through to have this business to become successful, at the point that you started that business, you will never even put yourself through that thing. And that's where you needed that force that continues to push you through the stages, to push you through the stages to getting results and to developing your life all the time, and developing your goals, developing your skill, your talent, your vision, all the things that you set for yourself. So thank you very much. I tried to talk about resilience, and so if you are even conscious of it, that there is that force that you have to develop within, that's a good thing. And then consciously feed it, develop it. It's courageous. It doesn't give up. It's persevering. It's committed to training. It's committed to growth. It's committed to processes. It's committed to getting better all the time. So the financial vision that you have set for yourself, the life goals that you have set for yourself, if you continue to develop this force that we call resilience, you'll get them. You'll get them by getting the right knowledge. And so thank you very much for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Cindy.